Hello, this is Steph coming to you for Dates and Cakes. I am back for another vlog, so didn't scare me away just yet. I thought the most appropriate setting for my second vlog post ever were to be this right here, since I have made such a splash in the dating world. And what I mean by that is what do the kids call it these days? It turns out I'm a bit of a serial dater. Yes, I am a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and occasionally I have a little Lucky Charm. So, there, I feel better. I've said it. I've been on at least 200 dates, probably the first 2 years that I did this whole dating thing. I was used to be a boyfriend girl, or really not anyone's girl at all. Yeah, and now here I am. So after we talked about slut shaming and prude patronizing, I figured the next good topic to roll into would be a serial dater's secret weapon. Mysterious. So, most people would probably guess it's something to the effect of enhancing her beauty. Which, yes, you're correct, but not as shallow as or surface level as you would think. So instead of it being filters or certain makeup or an outfit that's a little hey, it is your best friend. Your best friend could be a sassy gay guy, a straight guy. That's wouldn't make as interesting of a story unless y'all are really good wingman, which I have a couple of them. Shout out to Eric and Danny. See you. And or a hot single that likes to do the same things you do and can, join the she man haters club. Yeah, got it, little rascals. I'm a little rascal. So my best friend that I would like to bring into this vlog is a fiery blonde bombshell, and we'll just call her the bombshell because she is, if you ever met her. And she is my weapon in the fact that she's my right-hand girl. She's my, neither one of us are really each other's wingmen, but like we've lived in different states together. We started out hanging out all the time in Bedford, and then moved to Charleston, lived there for 2 years, and then lived in Pensacola for half a year. Woo! And now we actually are both back in Texas, just not reunited. It don't feel so good. So the blonde bombshell being the secret weapon is because when we go out, obviously everyone has different types. So between the two of us, we get a little bit of attention. So with her being my secret weapon, she's kind of my crutch. So if I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't have to. And I can be like, oh, sorry, it's a girl's night. And then if it's someone that's more her type that I know would break someone like my heart, but she'd be able to handle him. Because like I said, bombshell, total bombshell. You met her. I help kind of move her away from creepy guys and, swat away roofies. True story. So that's a secret weapon. And many a time, we have had instances where guys have kind of competed for, a guy has competed for which one of our hands he would get, I guess. Let's be honest, this is the 21st century. He wants more than our hand. But, I don't know. That wasn't even worthy of a drum solo. Not that I can keep rhythm like that anyway, but I don't know. I might be able to keep up with Shakira. You could see. Little Latin approach me because I'm the funny, goofy, approachable one to get to her. And a lot of those stories have kind of windmilled into them kind of like making their way back to me. So it's super insulting for 2 reasons. Probably more than 2, but I'm going to hit you with my best shots. And those 2 reasons are, A, that's insulting to her. that you think that you can just go for her best friend. Like, you had to pick, and you picked. And maybe you picked poorly for you, and the best friend was more your type, but like, it's life. You make decisions every day that sometimes you wish you could have reneged on, but you're like, damn, I should have picked pizza over that damn Italian sandwich. You can't go back. Sorry. So, whether I'm the Italian sandwich or the little slice, I'm nobody's second. I'm the first. So, when they come back to me, it's super humorous and great blog material, which I hope you got a chance to check it out. If not, here's some links below for you to check out a little backstory on the best friend mini nano series of kind of what happens when we go out. The people always shout, there goes Sean, Jacob, Jingle, but, and as you can see, like the first one, I cannot sit still. It's another reason why I felt like this would be a great setting. And it's such a glorious day in September, so that's kind of nice. Anyway, so this particular blog post is going to be about one that I did not type up. I figured I would just save it exclusively for the vlog because it's quite humorous. I felt like I could be very animated about it because I really don't put up with any bull, and I love banter. Guys see it as like cute and flirting, but like I'm actually being feisty, and they don't call me Scrappin' Stephanie for nothing. That's why I wear small earrings so that, you know, there's no cheap shots whenever I'm scrapping. Because if not, I'd have to be like, hold my earrings, and then that's when you know it's going down, and put my hair up, ready. Because cheap shots, they will grab anything that is loose. So make sure you have a perky bra on, because if not, they'll grab for that too. So I don't know this from experience, but I don't know. I mean, who knows? These freckles could all be bruises. So this particular guy, we will call him Sour Skittles, because he is the type of guy that would definitely grab all of your attention. He is I hate to say it, but like look-wise, he's a 10 on the scale. Hands down. Hands down. Boy is beautiful. I only looked at him twice, probably 3 times. And one was at a bar, because twice was at a bar, because I didn't realize that's who that was, that he was talking to my best friend. 'Tis the season. It's not. It's the end of September, but I really like this mug. And we always need a little holly jolly in our life. Like, I should start drinking this in February. I think it's necessary. People are less assholes around Christmas. They just are. It's a fact. Like 99.9% of germs are killed with Lysol. It's just a fact. It just happens. So, this Sour Skittles, he is a 10 and has these blazing blue eyes. And if you've read anything of the blog or even the last 2 posts, you would know my obsession with blue eyes. And it's so silly. It's so silly and surface and shallow and ill-timed to be completely taken and schmoozed by pigments. But I love them. And I have green eyes, which are a lot more rare than any other color except the multicolors, or gray, I guess. Only 2% of the population have them, so you're looking at a percent. I don't know. I don't really know where we can go from here. Where do we go from here? Oh, back to the guy. That's where we could go. Mr. Sour Skittles is super hot, super like tatted and edgy, and skateboards, which is another one of my weaknesses. I'm like textbooks sometimes, like skateboarders, musicians, baseball. Oh gosh, baseball. Bartenders, poets. Poets are bad. Any kind of if you have any kind of writing, automatically on the spectrum. Automatically. It's pretty rough. I try to hold it off, but I mean, it's like writing Reese's and telling them that peanut allergies are killing people. They're never going to get rid of their peanut butter. So, why fight it? They're my peanut butter. And Lord knows I'm chocolatey. Okay, so, anywho, it's not a good angle. That's another thing about this blog. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't put filters on and try and take I don't know, 15 pounds off my middle and like put it on, I don't know, my ass or like, or big thighs in. I don't even know. I don't even know. Thigh, oh thigh, can't I don't know. That was a take on, was it Oz? Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but it was really far fetched and I'm really sorry for using it. I'm not sorry, actually. Sorry. Apparently, according to A Simple Favor, that's a fucked up female habit is to keep saying I'm sorry. So I'm gonna work on that. You've seen it, but highly recommend it. Highly. Captivates really your attention and all of you. And he's so exciting and electrifying. I'm also describing the candy, so if he's listening, don't get too excited. Or other bags of Skittles like him, because that's why he's Skittles and not something that I can make, because he's factory and branded. There's 100 sour Skittles in every city, and he was just one in Charleston. And here's why. Gosh, it's sour. I like don't know what to expect. It's sweet and it's like exciting and like I feel like I'm on a safari, like in the middle of these like this fruit town where they all have like little feet and they're like running around and like I'm just like gallivanting through like an old Jeep like in Jurassic Park and just like trying to like escape the bad fruit, which I guess would be papaya and pomegranate, and they like spit the little pomegranate corn nuggets at you and you're like and then once the sourness and adventure goes away, your tongue is cut and you're left with these chewy. It almost tastes like the pieces of fruit that's baked in a fruit cake. So you're like, gosh, what am I chewing on right now? And it sticks to the top of your teeth and you're like, I had shit to do today. I can't go out and have like remnants of Mr. Skittles. And you do. Unless you like floss and have like a drill, it's the only way you're going to get them off. So, same with him. So, I guess you could say that was kind of at one of the points how him and the bombshell ended. Things ended. They kept going up and down, and that's the thing about it being a secret weapon, is having, your best friend. You learn, like, the intricate details about things. So, like, for example, he has a small penis. Guys don't think we talk about that, but we do. And, like, yeah, that's great. That helps you sleep at night by saying, oh, it's like what you do with it. But we still talk about it, so that's great. Kind of like the peanut butter thing. Like, they're going to talk about it, but, like, come on. Then again, I don't know. I guess it works for some people, because look at Reese's Pieces. No chocolate in those. No chocolate. Sure, they got the peanut butter going, and it's deception that it's like a chocolate casing, but no, it's a candy shell. I have friends that are allergic to chocolate that like chow down on some Reese's Pieces. So, just another Reese's piece of my heart now, baby. So this guy hits me up, and I didn't recognize him. And I'll be honest, at first I was like, this guy looks like a fuckboy. Like he reeks of a fuckboy, and like there's no sensory affiliation with any kind of apps yet. I'm sure they're coming. 4D, look out, scratch and sniff. If I was scratch and sniff, I think I would be like dark chocolate or espresso. Those are really good scents. And they're like super strong, so it's like, I don't know if I can handle her. She seems pretty strong. Yeah, I know. I worked out yesterday. First time in, I think, a decade. So, yay me. Just kidding. I was forced into it. I hated every moment. I cried twice. This guy reaches out and like comes with all the bit like first that was my first impression. I was like, this guy's a fuckboy. Like what why is he swiping on me? Like I would chew him up and spit him out. Like he can't handle what I'm about to dish at him. I was wrong. I almost couldn't handle what he was about to dish at me because I did not know that I knew him. He was like, so you're gonna tell her? I was like, what? Hello? Excuse me? Are you gonna tell her? Tell who? What? Exactly. Did I miss an envelope that I was supposed to open and then self-destruct in 10 seconds? Like I think it already self-destructed because I'm real confused. And he was like, bombshell. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I looked at his location. He's from Charleston. I was like, that's who you are. And I was like, yeah, we've seen you at the bar a couple times. And then, you've been over to our house? Question mark. And he was like, I came to the pool with y'all. Well, fun fact, we've actually, I didn't tell him this, I'm telling you this. We've had plenty of guys over the pool. It's actually a really great date because you're like drunk and you're getting in an Uber anyway, and like you're hot because you've been dancing all night. So it's perfect. Have someone like kiss on you, like it's a good time. So that was kind of our MO for a little bit. So apparently he was one of the pool posse, we'll call it. And that was another reason why I chose this one. And he was like, yeah, like you definitely have a really nice ass. And I was like, cool. So you were dating my best friend, checked me out enough to know beyond just the fact that I like am goofy and have glasses, because that's usually like all the ones that she dates like sees, which is fine because they're not there to get to know me. So that's cool. Wrong that I still want to hit on you. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm ready. Time for a blog post. So I'm just like, let me just see where this goes. So he's like, oh, did you already tell her? And this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I mean, I have no intentions of ever moving back there, and neither does she. So no, I don't really see the point in that. And he was like, oh, and so he's got guns blazing. Like he's just like, oh, you're so hot. I always notice you, but like, I was like, really, that's super interesting. Like I never even noticed. And he's like, well, I mean, what would she think of how she would have reacted to that? And I'm like, let me stop you right there. You can't make her the bad guy because you are the bad guy. Like you went out with her and had fun with her for God knows how long. It's hard enough to keep up with my own timelines, much less hers. So I don't mean that any negative against her. Like I said, I'm the one that goes on a lot of dates, not her. A lot of dates. And usually they're just first dates because it's really hard to make it to the second. It's usually just tryouts, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so want to pump you up. I feel like I'm in one of those like old 80s like workout outfits. Like, come on, ladies, get those buns. Just like that. And he noticed them, so obviously I'm doing something right. Hey. Anyway, guys are so funny. They like go for what they think they want, but then they totally are so shallow to the part where they can't see past like a hot blonde with big boobs, and like, but the one right next to her is like hilarious, and like the one that's like keeping the peace and everything anyway. Not that it's a competition, but we're both from Texas. It's always a competition. That's just how we're raised here. Like everything is bigger. And I mean, high school football is a big deal. I don't know if you noticed in our first, I kind of put it in there to see if anyone would, but they did it. In my first vlog, there was a mum in the back. Got the mum in the back. Ribbons are attached. Got a bell dinging because we were the Indians. Hey! Anyway, so mums are like a big deal for homecoming, where you make them for your homecoming queen or your homemade mine together. I don't care. She's still my best friend. So joke's going to be on everyone else when she's my maid of honor at my wedding. Just saying. But if I get married, to be honest, I wouldn't have a dating blog if I was getting married right now. So everything's a competition. Everything's bigger. You have to have the biggest mum and the biggest, like these, like this year, they're so big that like people are wearing ribbons that they have to tie around their waist because that's how heavy it is, and it like covers the whole girl's outfit. Like they might as well make dresses out of it at this point. Like it's getting excessive. But the one on my wall was like a decent sized one, but now they're just like colossal. So competitive. We're a little bit competitive when we go out. Sometimes it's like we don't go after the same guys, but sometimes the same guys like go after us. Like my favorite story, just a tidbit, is this guy, and there is a blog post about it. I can get you the link if you're interested. But he went as far. This is the furthest I've ever seen a guy go to use me to get to her, because that's just the MO. That's who I am. We were dancing because she's shy, and obviously I am not. And we're dancing, and he flips me, and then goes and gets her number. What? Like that's pretty intense to flip someone. And I made a couple jokes like afterwards, but I was like kind of serious. I was like, I hope you use your knees because like this is a lot to be flipping. Like, woo! Like I had like 4 burgers this week. So I mean that's holy cow. You know what I mean? Holy cow. So back to the competition of this particular tot. Stephanie, why do you keep calling him tots? Because he's crispy around the edges and going to be consumed and onto the next one. And may look good dipped in ketchup. I'm not really sure about that last one. It sounds a little kinky. So it's interesting that this guy is coming back, crawling back, talking to me when he used to talk to her. And like I said, he's hot. He's like super out of my league. And he's not my type anyway. Like, that's not what I go for at all. I go for like intellectual. The reason you're interested in this is because it's a challenge. And I haven't told her yet that you reached out to me after already having history with her and this, that, and the other. And he's like, yeah, but it's like kind of secretive. And like, I'm like, yeah, no, it's a thrill because of that. And that's exactly what sour Skittles are. In the beginning, they're like, oh gosh, it's so sour. Am I going to be able to handle it? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, we're in that fruit safari again. Oh, look out for the pomegranate. Just like that. So he, I just got chlorine in my tea. It's the most wonderful time to drink beer. So it's really tea, I promise. And if it's not, what are you going to do about it? I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's definitely not 5 o'clock here. So he just keeps going, and I'm just firing back on everything. I'm like, okay, all right, but I don't even live there. And like, oh yeah, but I saw your ass when we were at the pool, and like, you're such a nice ass, and like, oh, I love your glasses, and like, you're so hot. And I'm like, and all of this is supposed to make me do what exactly? Like, what's your motive, sir? So he gets to the point where he finally can't handle my banter and finally goes, I highly doubt. I was like, I mean, do you ever have any intention of moving away from Pensacola? Not Pensacola, Charleston. And he was like, no, I really like it here. And I was like, and I don't like it there. So he was like, yeah, well, I highly doubt any kind of other relationship would be in consideration. And I was like, oh, there's the bait. There's the bait. He thinks I'm going to take that. Like, I know I'm in like a body of water right now. It's not a body of water. It's very small. But, yeah, I'm definitely not taking that bait. Definitely not interested in that. Thanks for playing, though. Appreciate ya, and hope you enjoy your debut on the vlog. He wasn't my type, and he didn't know how to combat that. That was cute. That was cute to watch him kind of like squirm. It was kind of like knocking a turtle on its back, and then just watch it like, It was great. It was great. I love turtles, though, so don't misinterpret that. I will say, little guilty, when I go to restaurants, and they're like, hey, so are we saving the turtles today, or did you need a straw? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the straw for 200. Yeah, I have to go with the straw. But I do recycle, and I conserve water because I drink a lot of beer. So I think that I'm a little green. It kind of beams out of my eyes. So yeah, I think he's a turtle on his back swarming. So yeah, kind of let him go, flipped him back on his legs, and just let him, go off into the world and do that to other girls. And maybe other girls will tolerate being his sloppy seconds or his tired phrases. But I just thought it was great. I thought it was choice. Maybe you don't find it as entertaining. I don't know. That's like guy number. I want to say 6, but it's probably number 3 that's done that. I just think it's funny because apparently between the two of us, we're everybody's type together. Like, I guess we're 2 sides of their types. So the yin and the yang. I don't know. The peanut butter and the chocolate. I don't know. But yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know any topics you'd like me to talk about. I have lots of my knowledge about some things. I didn't really have a dessert for this dude, but there will be a dessert to come because it wouldn't be Dates and Cakes if I didn't, parallel like the jackwagon to a dessert. And there's some good ones out there, so I should probably do some good ones too. We'll just see what the day holds. Ta-ta for now.